Okay, it looks like we are back and we are live. How are we doing this evening?
We are doing well,
Okay, so I got a
and
thumbs up from Ricky.
We're
I
doing
had
it.
I was testing the volume of the chat room, and it is
Ah,
I
working.
held I held it there for like 10 seconds and then it phased in because of the software.
yep. Yeah, that's probably about normal. That's how
Powerful
that seems
software.
to work. Um, from what I gather, I do have my microphone turned on this evening, so everybody should be able to hear me. For those folks who have not had a chance to see yet, if they go to our chat channel, or not our chat channel, sorry, if they go to our Twitch channel and click on the About button, you will now see that there is a sort of like a suggestion box there. Actually, that's what it is called. It's a suggestion box. So if you have any suggestions, you may leave them in the box. And one of us will probably take a look at it and take your ideas into consideration. And we may or may we'll vote on it if it's nice. If it sounds like it's something that can definitely work with us, we will probably use it. If it looks totally like crap, we're going to dispose of it and not say anything to you about it. So hopefully that will, rest your put your mind at ease. So yes, give us those suggestions. Okay, so well, gang, here we are, session 1. I believe we're
scared.
ready. What's
Someone
that?
hold my hand.
Hold your hand.
Scared.
Are you fearing?
Shane's already gone. Oh God. Ugh.
Our mousefolk cleric has decided to scamper away. Oh, there he is.
Whoop, there he is. Tom
All
must
right.
have scared him off.
Yeah.
Jerry's gone.
Tom and Jerry. Alrighty, so this is all fine. Okay, so I believe everybody has everything, or pretty much everything that they were going to do on D&D Beyond with their character sheets. Everybody okay? Any
Yes.
questions? I went back and took a look at everything. I think it was yesterday when I was kind of playing around with the D&D Beyond, and went ahead and I got a master tier. What is it? A subscription. And I'm going to play around with a little bit of that tonight as well, so that should be kind of fun. I right now should probably have already had that up on my laptop, but imagine that. I have not done it yet. But I do have the adventure up, so that's really the most important part.
Shame.
Don't start with that. You insult our Lord and Savior, you will get it.
Oh, come on. I'm not that important,
You
I'm
can
a
just throw a
cleric
meteor
of
on
the
us at any time. It's not like it's happened before.
So all I have to do is hit the end stream button and all this goes away.
Oh,
That would be terrible. I would not do that to us. That would be
only I can push the red button.
yes.
But don't I have a say? You have the illusion.
Sure you do. Of course you have the say.
Of course. We're all friends here. We're all friends.
We've all been
We're all
friends for a
friends.
while. All right.
I know where you live. We're all friends.
Well, at least I kind of have a general idea where you all live. Well, I know
Yeah.
if I think I remember where Shane used to live. If he's still, I don't think he lives there anymore, though. Do you?
No,
Oh, yeah, he does.
He's not moving.
Okay.
12 years. 12 years.
12 years. Wow.
Going on strong. Don't dox yourself and say where it is.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we're not gonna.
Despite my
Largo.
best efforts, he's not moving.
Hey, that's okay.
I don't blame him. I
That-
couldn't move him.
that happens.
He weighs. I mean,
Wow. Are we getting a little cruel here already? We haven't even started the game yet.
Remember,
He's got plenty of ammo.
be friendly, be nice.
Be friendly, be nice, be
different.
kind. That's right.
I'm gay.
Shut your mouth.
Oh.
Now, yeah, don't get. I don't need to have a group of people getting offended and hurt, and next thing we know, we get the letter, in the email saying that Ricky person.
What a
He
dick.
really
He's
attacks all groups of people, all the same. I hate you all the same.
That's right. He is
It's
an
not
equal
discrimination.
opportunity offender, so it works. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and I think we are ready to dive into our first episode of the Ambassadors to the Barbarian Kings.
Yes.
So, in a time of war, you find yourself in a strange predicament. You have been given an option: join the army or join the diplomatic corps. While fame and glory are surely easy to come by in the ranks of the Lord Mayor's army, the diplomatic corps does come with certain perks. One being that there is a good chance that you will live to see another day, and another is that you can become very wealthy. Overall, both options have opportunities for travel. The Vile Lily Tavern and Inn is more of a hole in the wall than a proper place of rest. The food and ale are good, but not top shelf. Polly Cathan, the tavern's owner, helps her waitstaff tend bar and tables. A hodgepodge of patrons sits about. Some look to be soldiers, either coming back or going to the front. It is easy to tell who is who. The veteran has a distant look in their eye and are usually quiet, while the new recruit is excited and talkative. Blue pipe smoke hangs heavily in the air as a tired elderly halfling male plays a hurdy-gurdy on a makeshift stage. The instrument needs a tune-up and a new musician. The war with the barbarians to the north has taken its toll on Greyhawk and her allies. Elven soldiers from Selene and the Vespe Forest have recently arrived for training in the city's training grounds. A welcome sight, for it is surely better to have the elves with you than against you. You look out into the inn's grimy windows and watch as rank after rank of elven archers march past. A young woman named Fana brings your wine, ale, and a breadboard. The cheese looks suspect. You turn back to your comrades. You all sit looking at your assignments. The diplomatic corps is headed by Aino Cupio, and to abandon a diplomatic position, even if it is just an escort for another established ambassador, is a certain way to be sent to the stocks, or worse, to have one's head separated from one's shoulders. Escort duty is not glamorous, and it can be very dangerous. While you might not be molested by enemy troops, there is a good chance of being captured and accused of being a spy. Spies usually hang if they are lucky. The barbarians have devised many ways of taking a person's life. None of them seem to employ a swift application. Tales of being dragged behind horses seems paltry in comparison to their cruelty. Hence the reason for the current conflict. A cousin of the Lord Mayor, Neroth Gaskell, along with a few lower-ranking nobility, were captured by a barbarian horde looking to sack an Ayuz town in the far west. Lady Hylia Kaunis and her entourage were to deliver a gift to the Velvet Queen. Well, that's a word. That's a name. Dorara? Yeah. It's a dragon. Yeah. They never made it. They have been gone for 2 years now. The wolf nomad struck hard and fast, taking the nobles, their horses, and servants. Only one servant, a squire named Tolpec, was set free to deliver the ransom. 20,000 gold florin for the return of the Lord Mayor's cousin. The other nobles would be held as slaves by the wolf nomad king Tarkan of all the Vegvur, commander of the relentless horde. All right. You have parchments sitting in front of you, your orders, and they read, "In 2 days you are to report to the diplomatic ministry. There you will meet the men and women who you will escort to the Velvet Empire. The journey is long, and it will take you close to the enemy. Take this cache of coin and prepare for your journey. Provisions will be provided. Basic gear will not. The bottom of the document is marked with red wax and the seal of Aino Kupio herself. So be wise with your purchases, for you only have 50 gold pieces each.
Oh yeah.
We rich up in this bitch.
Now, the market does have many vendors. Of course, this is Greyhawk, and it's a very large city. But the rains of spring have kept many shops closed, and some have closed due to lack of supplies. The war effort drains the local economy of many raw materials.
Damn it.
So, what are you looking for, or are you planning on going out at all?
I was looking for something raw, but they don't have anything, so.
Gives us the first raw. Scrabble. I will see if I can find any place that might have some sort of healing potions.
Okay. All right. Well, you are able to definitely find at least one potion shop open. The outside is pretty easy to tell what it is. It is a potion shop. You can see that it looks as though there's a flask on a board hanging from above the door. Under it, it says that the proprietor is one Verona Galesbreath, potions mistress. Healing potions, concoctions, poisons, solvents, and glues. So as you make your way into the shop, it has a definite smell of some very basic chemistry, maybe some even alchemistry. And as soon as you walk in, a small bell rings above the door, and you see a half-elven female standing behind the counter, putting away vials of the healing potions that you were looking for.
How tall is the counter?
Well, that's a really good question, being that you are mouse folk. So, you will probably not be able to look onto the top of it, because I believe you're about 2 feet tall.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think most of these are probably going to be more closer to 3.5 feet. So yeah, so she probably will not see you, but she will hear the bell ring.
Miss, down here? And I'll jump a little bit.
Put your hand up. Hey, I'm down here.
Tiptoe wave. Little Stuart.
Your steward. Now, did
I am
your
a
companions
steward.
come with you, or are they off doing their own sort of shopping?
If it's an alchemy lab, I'd be interested in going as well.
Okay. So at least there will be somebody with you. You're not on your own, but she probably would not notice you immediately without you making some sort of motion or gesture to draw her
Right.
attention.
Well, if he makes the noise and she sees me, I'm sure she'll look a little confused.
Oh, yeah, I would think so too. Yeah.
And I'll wave and I'll point down at him and say, me and my companion here are looking for healing potions.
Okay, well that is great. So she looks over and says, "Oh, hello! It is so nice to see you down there. Oh, and so you're looking for potions, I see. Very good. Healing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, very good. Right. So, as you can see, I do have a shop full of all types of elixirs and potions and things of that nature. And if you're looking for healing, you have came to the right place. And what sort of healing potions are you in need of?
The good stuff.
Well, of course, the good stuff. The good stuff is important, right? No, I understand. So, so she starts bringing down supplies. Well, we have some just basic potions, which will heal. But then we do have more potent potions that will, if you're nearer or closer to death, be able to bring you back from the brink of oblivion.
How much are the regular ones?
Oh, well, you'll be happy to hear. Today, I am selling each one of these, which is one dose, for. I know you're going to be surprised when I tell you I am letting these go for a measly 3 gold pieces a pop.
I'm going to see if I can use a little bit of persuasion to see if I can knock at least a little bit off.
Okay. Go ahead and give that a go.
Well, ma'am, we are on a mission for the diplomatic, missions.
Yeah, the core.
Do you think you could do any better than that?
She kind of pulled back. Oh, you're diplomats. That's wonderful. Oh, She says, unfortunately, the diplomatic corps already owes me a ton of money. I'm so very sorry. I wish I could be more magnanimous, but with everything being the way it is during the war and getting materials can be quite a little rough, I'm unfortunately I cannot budge on that number.
Completely understandable. I'll take 3.
Oh, very good. So she pushes those over to you and says, would you like, I do also weave little baskets and things of that nature that you can carry them in, but I would say that it would probably be better if you have a satchel that you could poke, because these vials can be damaged quite easily, and we don't want that to actually happen. So maybe I would take some straw or maybe some wool and pack it around the inside.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. So then she looks over to the others and said, and how may I be of service to you, sir and ma'am?
I look at my compatriots.
Looking at him like, he's talking to you.
Sorry, somebody was interacting with, in real life.
What?
Real life. Honestly, I don't know enough to ask her what it is I'm looking for. What would a sorcerer find in a shop like this that they'd be interested in?
If you're looking for things like, you're not going to be able to find weapons or anything in here. What you're primarily looking, or you would be looking for, is maybe components, spell components, things like that. Maybe some elixirs, maybe ones that will help. Like I said, he has solvents and glues and things like that. If you were making Tanglefoot bags, you'd be able to find some things here that might be able to help you do that.
Okay. I'm looking through components real quick. If it just says VS, that's virtual or verbal components.
Verbal
and somatic.
Yeah, verbal and somatic. VNS.
Okay. A bit of fleece is required for one of my spells. Does she sell something I could use for that?
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, she definitely has spell components here.
Cool. How much are they?
Well, what type are you looking for? I mean, what are you looking for specifically? Do you happen to know?
This says a bit of fleece.
Well, fleece would probably be just a few coppers. Fleece is not something that's rare, or you can easily get fleece. So
Okay.
probably just
if I wanted
one
to
or
do
two
a
coppers.
silver's worth, well,
You
because
get
it's 10 copper to a silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would might as well load up on it. I'm not gonna not use it.
Okay. Yeah, so you could probably end up getting like maybe a 5-pound bag of this stuff
Cool.
for a
Yeah.
couple of silver. Yeah, not a problem at all.
All right.
Well, good.
Then I won't have to worry too much in the
Okay.
future.
Good.
And that's the only one that that requires a component for me.
All right.
Wait, burning hands. Why is it separate down there? I see you hiding from me.
You see it hiding.
It is verbal as well. Sleep. A pinch of fine salt, rose petals, or a cricket. Interesting.
Or a cricket.
Um,
Like a live cricket?
I guess
It's probably a live cricket. That would
don't let this cricket touch you. You'll get sleepy.
You'll get sleepy.
Rose petals or fine sand. I could probably just scavenge fine sand.
Mm.
And it says or, so any of those will do. Empty jars. We like empty jars.
Okay.
I guess like 10 empty jars. No, not 10. That's a lot of empty jars.
That is a lot of empty jars.
How about 3? The
Okay.
ship.
Okay.
3 glass jars.
She does have those.
How much?
Okay. Let me find her. Let's see.
Pocket sand.
Yeah.
Sha sha sha. That's what it is. Pocket sand.
Okay. So, yeah, you're looking at per jar or per bottle is 2 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Glass is kind of hard to come by.
I suppose so. You know what? We'll make one. We'll make one glass jar work. For 2 gold pieces, you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a jar of not dirt yet.
Not dirt.
Give me a few minutes, okay? Those are my spell components covered.
All right. So you are good on spell components. Very
Yes.
nice.
Is there anything that's not too pricey, like get me out of this situation, visibility that doesn't cost 50 gold pieces?
Yeah, unfortunately, if you don't have any extra cash or gold on you, there's probably not too much more that you would be able to afford here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because remember, you also still have to pick up other sort of sundry items that you'll definitely need.
Yeah, it came with the backpack, the bedroll, and whatnot. So
right,
that's all good.
Okay.
Crossbow bolts. That's on my list.
Crossbow bolts. Nice. Okay. Alrighty. So.
Here's to not knowing what I'm doing and continuing to do it.
Athena, do you need anything?
Not much of a magic user, so I don't know that anything in this shop would really strike my fancy.
True. But it looks like so if that is all.
Is there any like just regular survival bandage up type stuff? Like medical. Oh, I gotta cut, bandage it up type thing.
Well, sure. Well, yeah, there is, of course. Well, not really here. You're not going to find that here, but there are provisioners, other shops that would definitely have that type of that type of stuff. Yeah, so you'd be able to.
Well, if it's not here, then I didn't find anything that I was interested in.
Alrighty, so very good.
She's looking for the CVS down the road.
Okay. Alrighty, so you all decide to leave the shop and head into the market proper. Here you do find some other shops. There is an armorer and a weaponsmith that is open. You also there is a magic shop, an actual shop that's not a potion shop, but actually deals with more magical sort of things. And of course, there are the provisioners who are usually handle adventuring gear and things of that nature, climbing tools, stuff like that.
So, coming from Pathfinder to this, I noticed they do not have use magic device. What is that built into?
That is different. Yes. Yeah, that is kind of strange, isn't it?
Just because I don't know if my character's good at it or not. If you don't know how to use it, I'm not going to buy it.
Ah, okay. That I understand. I understand.
Is it
why
Arcana?
I think it is. Yeah, that is
That's
really
like a knowledge
weird.
check.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. That's a really good question. I have not, because like I said, yeah, with Pathfinder, we've always had use magic device or something of that nature, and here it's.
I would assume it would be something along the lines of like insight. If you wanted to do an insight check on how something worked,
Right. Maybe we
Or
could
if
do,
you
maybe
want
we
to
could
use
do a
knowledge
combination.
arcana to figure out how it worked.
Yeah.
But if you buy like a magic wand from somebody, they're going to tell you this is the switch to turn it on and off.
Right. That is true. Okay. Yeah, that might
Unless
be.
they want you to mess up.
Unless they want you to mess up. I don't know. Okay, so
I
that is definitely one thing that's probably we'll have to end up checking on. I would say until we figure that one out, like I said, an insight would work, and I think maybe we can also use the Arcana because it is magical, just to see if it's something. Now, I would say if it's some sort of device that is not an Arcana sort of thing, like if it's some sort of other type of magic, maybe a divine magic, but they don't usually have a lot of divine magic devices. I'm not sure. That doesn't sound like something that I've seen before in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows, right? Okay. So, alrighty. So where are you all off to next? Like I said, there are some other places in the market that are open. Provisioners, an armorer, weaponsmith, and the magic wares shop.
How long is the trip?
The trip?
Yes.
You're not really too sure. You will probably get more information in 2 days once you go and actually talk to. But you kind of figure, let's see, you're heading from Greyhawk to the Velvet Empire. You're looking at least 50 days on the road.
Oh, yeah, boy.
It's a long trek.
And we've got hunting gear because I don't think we can carry the food for that whole time.
Well, the beautiful thing about this, most of your path, most of the way that you're going to be taking is the roads are good for the most part. You are near civilization. It's not like you're going through the desert. You're not dealing with that. There is a chance that you will almost probably rest every night in a city or a small village or town. You may or may not. Now, once you get to the Vesvi Forest, it becomes a completely different landscape with Greyhawk, the Divers. All these places are usually nice flat land, open steppe type of land, and there's a lot of farming. Once you get to the forest, though, it's a deep forest, and the roads that you're going to be taking are mostly cut trails. It becomes a different world.
So we really don't have to worry about like hunting until we get like right before the forest.
Right.
Okay.
Cool. It says here that rations worth 1 day that came with my adventurer's kit weighs 20 pounds. My character eats 20 pounds of food.
What are you eating?
In a day. I don't know.
What is this?
Fruitcake.
I don't know who calculated that out, but On D&D Beyond, that's what it says. One day. Oh, okay. I have 10 of them. That makes more sense.
Okay. Yeah, that does make a lot
Big
more
dog.
sense. That's okay. That's fine.
So 2 pounds.
Yeah.
I eat 2 pounds a day.
Okay. Well, I could see 2 pounds worth of food if you're doing like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, that's fine. But
Yeah,
if,
that's pretty rational.
yeah, rational. Okay, don't shoot the tiefling. Okay.
Please don't. I just got here.
Dang tieflings. Okay. So like I said, so what is your next stop?
I need bolts.
You need bolts?
Armor?
Weaponsmith. Probably.
Weaponsmith.
Yeah.
Armor is armor.
Armor. Yeah. Imagine
Both
that.
deal with metal. But yeah, that's where I gotta go.
Okay. Well, good deal. So is everybody just following the same person, or are you all splitting up, or what do you want to do?
We'll stay
I think we
together.
might as well stay together for now.
Yeah,
Safety
I think our
and-
characters
safety
will
and
get
numbers.
to know each other.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
Yeah, that's true. That's probably
we
a good
just
idea.
met at the tavern and got handed the same piece of parchment paper. So
That's right. You all are from different regions, different worlds, kind of, and you've been kind of thrown into this. You signed up for it, and now you're trying to find some sort of common ground amongst you.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know how I wound up with 2 animals on my team, but we're cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm only part animal.
Well, so is he, but you're both furry.
Not really.
Oh, I thought you were.
Says the horned demon.
I'm not an animal. I guess we're all animals.
Okay.
No one's perfect.
So you make your way over to the weaponsmith, and it's a lot. It's very similar to what you would expect to see with an armor. It's a blacksmith shop. It's open air. There is a forge, crucible. You have large anvils. You see some people in there actually working on metal. Some of them looks to be making swords. Some are making daggers. Others are making other types of weapons, bills, large axes. Yeah.
Is there
Probably-
somebody not busy?
Well, yes, there is a man who is standing behind or in front of a shelf of different types of bolts and screws and nuts and things of that nature, and an elven fellow wearing a long apron, and he just sort of spins around real quickly and says, "Oh, good evening, and how may I be of service to you?"
Good evening, sir. I am here looking for crossbow bolts.
Well, you have definitely come to the right place. We definitely have those. And how many are you looking to purchase?
I would like to purchase about, I'm thinking 40 bolts.
40 bolts.
40 bolts for 2 copper pieces. Or not copper, gold pieces, Jesus.
He looks at you and says, yes, we can definitely fill your order. When do you need them by?
Can you do them within 2 days?
Yeah, I can do a rush job on it if you don't mind throwing in an extra couple of silver with it.
I can certainly do that.
Excellent. He breaks out a small piece of parchment and he writes your name, asks for your name, and he said, "Yep, I shall have this for you. Looking at possibly tomorrow evening."
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem at all. He says, "If you do not mind, sir, we do at least take half now, and we receive the other half after the order is filled."
Certainly. I will hand him a gold piece and a silver piece.
Excellent. So he takes it and he takes the scrap of paper and he runs it over to two other gentlemen who are sitting there. You see one is actually carrying some wooden dowel rods and things of that nature to make the bolts, and they're starting to work on those for you.
Cool.
Anyone else here would like to see their wares?
Is this where I could get a dagger?
Oh yes, definitely.
I have a spare dagger for you.
There you go.
Boom.
Do it?
And I'll show
I
it
know
to her.
it says I don't have a dagger.
In your equipment. Oh, metagaming.
What?
Not that.
She's brand new at this. To everyone in chat, hey, I'm new enough to not know what I'm doing, but this is her second, or technically her first D&D session ever. So I'm clueless, and she's clueless.
Clueless.
Clueless,
Yes.
less than clueless.
Yeah, you can pick up. They do have mini daggers here. Most, all of them are labeled for 2 gold pieces each.
Yeah, mine here is regular size dagger. It is light, finesse, and thrown. If you're good at throwing daggers, I've got 2 of them. I only need 1. I hope it never comes to that, because I cannot take a hit. If I can take a hit, it'll be the only hit I take.
It's the only one you take.
It'll be a good one. Just that's it.
You're going to be laying there on the ground. Go on without me.
The house cat's eating me. Like, he's dead.
Poor house cat. Yeah. Okay.
Cat'll kill you at level 1.
So are you going to purchase daggers, or are you going to just take the one from Armos?
Apparently, I have one, and I'm reading this list wrong.
Ah.
I figured most adventure packs come with one.
Yeah.
Because
With 2.
so in the equipment, if it has a dash on it, it just means I have one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So then I have one.
Good.
So now I've got all the armor and stuff I need.
Great. Okay. Well, good. So then you have what you need. That's perfect. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay.
I'm going to see about heading over to the religious area.
The religious area. Are you
Yes,
looking for a specific
Yes.
a specific faith?
Cord.
Horde. All right. Well, that's okay. That's very good. All right. So, if it being that everybody, it was okay. So that area is actually separate from the marketplace. So, did you want to continue shopping first before you go, or did you want to go there and then come back to the market?
I'm kind of good on market. Like,
Kind of good on the market. Okay.
yeah.
Anybody else need to see anything in the market? Like I said, we have provisioners, we have armorers, weaponsmith. Well, you've been to the weaponsmith, you've been to the potions person, and of course, magic wares.
Actually, I will. I do need to go to the provisioners first.
Okay, very good. All right. So the provisioners, the hanging board over the door says Revo Brothers Incorporated, adventuring gear, travel guides, trinkets, and tools.
I will enter.
Okay. Inside, it is a complete mishmash of all types of crazy stuff. You have tents. You have tent pegs, poles. You have camping gear. You have hanging pots and tripods to hang those pots from over your campfires. You have sleeping bags. You have blankets. You have winter gear. You also can see stacks and stacks and stacks of books and maps sticking out of all different types of corners back behind the counter. And standing on the counter is a gnome wearing like the biggest type of goggles that you've ever seen, and he He says, "Hello, everyone. How are you doing?"
Hello.
Hello. I am doing good. How are you?
"I'm well. How are you?"
I am doing well. How are you?
"Good, good. So what do you need?"
I am looking for a small mirror.
"Oh, a small mirror. We got those. Yes, 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 yes."
Out of silver?
Anything else?
I'd be interested in knowing how much your tents cost.
Oh, okay. Tents are on sale. 50 silver.
Ooh. I would like to get one of those for me.
Okay. He jumps off the counter and he walks over and he pulls on one of the wrapped tents. You can see it's wrapped in kind of like an oil skin to keep it protected, and he drags it over. He rummages around in like a little barrel off to the side and brings out a very silvery, shiny mirror. And he also puts that on the counter and says, and then he continues to ask you what else that you require.
The maps. Does he have local maps of where our quest will be taking us?
He does, actually. He has some very interesting travel guides also as well to kind of give you an idea of what you will be seeing and what you'll be facing and the types of people and cultures you will be mixing with. So he does have those sort of things. They are a little pricey, though. Yeah.
What's the price?
Well, if you're looking for just maps aren't so bad. Maps you can get away for, if you want maps leaving from Greyhawk all the way going to where you want to go, the different countries in between, it's about 8 gold pieces. The travel guides start at 10 gold pieces and work their way up. The more elaborate and the more intensive ones are closer to 20 gold pieces each. But they're bound. They're not just open pamphlets. They're bound books. And as you notice,
Those are...
As you notice, though, as he's pulling down the maps and stuff, you can see that all of these maps were drawn by the brothers, the Revaux.
Nice.
Yep.
The basic maps you said were 8 gold pieces. I'll look to my comrades and ask, what do you guys think? Is that worth it? Would you be willing to split the cost?
I can split the cost.
Okay.
Not sure how I do that.
I've got a question. Dear gnome fellow, we are heading out of town to do some, diplomatic corps work. Do you have anything that you would need transported to or from?
He kind of looks at you and he's like, Well, I do have some items that need to go to Chendal. That is in Furiandi.
Well, what kind of deal could you work with us for transporting these goods?
He kind of rocks back a little bit and says, well, I could give you a deal, most definitely. How about we do this? If you could deliver some documents that I actually have. My brother is right now in Chendal, waiting for some documents for me to send to him. If you could possibly take those to him, I will let you. You may take any camping gear that you need. How's that?
Does that include the tent?
Oh, of course.
Huh.
Does that include maps?
Maps. He says I could cut you a deal on maps. How about half on maps? But gear, camping gear, you may take what you need.
Cool. Sounds like a plan to me. And I stick out my little mouse hand.
And he takes your little mouse hand and shakes it. And so the end result is like everyone will get a tent. You get sleeping bag or winter blanket or whatever you particularly care for. If you're looking for a camp cook set, you can get one of those. Is there anything else you could think of that you might need that might fall under camping?
I'm going to browse around a little bit and see what I can grab.
There's torches, there's lanterns, there's lantern oil, there's a lot of different things here that could possibly be useful to you.
Yeah, because I have the torch and the tinder box, but not a lantern and oil. And I do like fire.
Doesn't have a problem with fire. Okay, good.
Fire is a problem with me.
Fire has a problem with you. Great.
I'm a control freak. Just wait.
Okay, so yeah, if you need, they do have, of course, different types of lanterns. They have bullseye lanterns, hooded lanterns, things like that. Torches, if you need those.
Did he say his name?
Yes, this is Anton Reveau.
And I would like to ask his brother's name so we can get him his documents.
Mm-hmm. His name is Clarence.
I like that name, Clarence. Looking forward to meeting him.
He tells you that they have a sort of a satellite shop in Chendal that they're trying to get started, and he is sending some items with you, along with some also some paperwork and documents that will help get him established in Chendal.
Very nice.
Well, good.
Now, would rations be considered camping gear?
He doesn't really have a lot as far as food here.
Gotcha.
So, unfortunately, you would probably have to look elsewhere for that.
Does he have basic thieves' tools?
Yes. Does definitely have thieves' tools. I mean, he does have things like beef jerky and stuff like trail things, not like full regular rations. He has stuff that you would... you could substitute, snack on, yeah, as you're going along your way through this world. Yes, that would probably be...
Making my way in the world today.
Exactly. So, did anybody else have any other questions or wanted to know what items they can or cannot take off with?
So what items are we taking off land?
Okay. As I said before, so you got a tent, you have a camp set or a cooking set, you have lanterns, torches, tinder boxes, a compass. Compasses are nice. He also has, he only has one, but he does have one spyglass, which he's a little reticent to part with, but he did make a promise.
Okay. Do we get sleeping bags or?
Yes. You can get either a sleeping bag, or if you just want to get blankets, you can just get blankets. They have wool blankets.
I'll ask my fellow comrades if anyone here is actually good at cooking, or are we in for a long ride? I think cooking would be survival, Brian?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be survival.
Oh,
Is
I-
anybody good at cooking?
good at survival.
Okay. Yes. It is a yes.
Well, then I would say that probably Athena knows how to cook.
Yep. Yep. So I'll let her get the cooking set. That's good. That's good.
Okay. Any other things that you may or may not need?
Oil. I think that was really cool. So
Did we want to go ahead and get a map though too?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 50% off. So it would be 4 gold pieces. I'll do 2 gold pieces if you guys pitch in 1.
Okay.
Since I am the curious one.
The curious one. Okay.
Cool.
I will hand in 1 gold.
Okay. He takes it readily and thanks you very much for your purchase. He then walks back behind the counter and kind of pulls out a small, not real. Well, to him it's kind of big, but to Athena and Armos, it's just a normal size crate. You can see inside that there are some documents and some other smaller items. They don't look to be of any great interest to you, but you do see that they are they're definitely in there. And this is the package that he wishes you to take with you to Chendal.
Okay.
Or if you make it close to Chendal, you're not really too sure yet. You just know you're heading in that direction.
When I take a look at her character, do I get a sense that he's stronger? She's stronger? Are you, Christy? What's your character? Are you buff?
Are you ripped?
I believe she's wearing clothes.
Yeah. I mean,
Ripped clothes?
unless you want to just walk over there and
Look.
just start like feeling her muscles and stuff, I think it would be kind of alien and a little weird. But hey,
No, I mean, like you could tell someone's strong. You
well,
I don't know.
you just kind of looking at their neck or something.
look. Strength of my dump stat. Okay, I'm trying to ask if my character would let her
Will you
character
carry
take
my
this
shit?
package. It could be 20 pounds of documents. He could have just handed us a filing cabinet. I don't know.
No, it's not a filing cabinet.
He just walks up and he's like, "Here you go."
Yeah, but you got to remember, he's a gnome. It's not like he's like,
That's true.
got that. He's
Well, I
not
have
like
gnome
he's not
strength,
topping out on that 20 strength
20.
probably.
20
I
plus
will take
5?
the documents from him then and
20
carry them with
plus
me. About how much do they weigh?
Like I said, it's probably close to about 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of paper.
Yep.
All right, 10 pounds. I'll add it to the inventory. My carry capacity 70.
It's only 10 pounds.
Yes.
It's only, she says, I have 8 strength.
Well, do you want me to take it and put it in my backpack?
Sure. How much can you carry?
Where would I find that?
Equipment, weight to carry.
It'll say whether or not it's unencumbered or encumbered underneath where
Okay,
it says
well, I'm unencumbered.
Yeah.
I am
As am I.
unencumbered too. But is that a total number, or is that the cap that we can do in there in the
carrying if you click on where it says unencumbered, double click on it, and it'll tell you your encumbrance.
Right.
Like
Oh. Okay,
my
there it is.
carrying
Oh.
capacity is 135 pounds.
Yeah, I
You're
can
fucking
carry...
stronger than me.
The mouse is stronger than you.
I quit.
Chump.
I
Here's
can
my
still
man card.
carry double what I've got, so I can add it to me.
As
Okay.
Apton jumps up, he just like from a flat jump and punches you right in the head. That would just be hilarious. Be like, and you're knocked out.
You just got knocked the
Mouse.
fuck out.
Mouse
bitch.
knockout. That would be too funny.
He said,
Okay.
"You can sleep, and so can I."
Okay, so are you all done with the Revo Brothers Incorporated? Or are you still thinking?
The Revo. I guess that is everything and more. And I thoroughly enjoyed his company. I will thank him.
He looks at you all and bows and thanks you very much for your patronage. And he says once he receives back information from his brother, if your courier ship passes muster and you make it to Chindle and turn it over, most likely you'll be able to come back if you do come back here, or also if you're in Chindle, you may be able to strike further deals with the Revo brothers.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. Okay. Alrighty, so you all walk out of the provisioners. You have, let's see, there's the armor and magic wares, and of course I know that Apton wanted to head off to the Temple of Cord.
Now,
Yes.
would there be stables in the market area, or would they be in a different area as well?
No, they would be in the market if you're looking to purchase a horse.
Or a riding pony?
A
Or a
riding
dog?
pony? Or a dog? Yeah. Yeah. A
Yeah.
riding warg? Most likely you're not going to be able to afford a mount and all of the subsequent gear that comes with it.
Well, on foot it is.
Well, most likely you will probably be provided with some sort of transportation. The diplomatic corps is not just going to have you walk. If you were walking to the Velvet Empire, it would double your time. You would be
stupid.
you would be it would be almost like a third of the year would be taken up just walking, which would be
I'm
be
stupid,
bad.
but I'm not that stupid.
Look, it's an efficient government. I was surprised, okay?
They give us an onion carriage, okay?
You were surprised it was an efficient government.
We're going far, far away. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to ask that merchant. Does he have anal lube? All right, we're ready for the adventure.
We're ready for the adventure.
55-gallon drum.
Just wheel that.
So
Just
stick him in my
just
pocket.
roll that out. Yeah,
We're gonna need to carry that too.
yeah, that'll definitely blow your encumbrance.
Yeah, this is 100 octane jet fuel, not anal lube. Jet fuel doesn't exist, and I promise you it's jet fuel. 105 octane, like the British use.
Okay, so where do you all want to go now that you've left?
On to the Temple of Cord for me.
Okay. Anybody
I'll
else?
keep a lookout for the Temple of Sarenrae. My character is curious in the following, but doesn't know the beliefs.
Well, unfortunately, being that you are no longer in Pathfinder, Sarenrae does not
Oh, yeah.
exist.
All right, gotcha. What's her sister's name?
Sorry, Pathfinder guy. I mean, I love
Damn.
Pathfinder, So don't get me wrong, big fan, but
Plug her in.
yeah, plugger.
Just plug her in.
I believe you are looking for the deity named as Whore.
Yeah.
And that it's not a joke. That is
You almost got him. You're kidding me.
Yeah,
You're kidding.
we almost had to end the stream early because the laptop would have just been shot up by T. That would have been bad, but funny.
You're not kidding, are you? 'Cause you said it a second time in character.
Oh, okay.
would be
All right.
Whore is the sort of the equivalent of Sarenrae. She
All right. Spelled
Whore is
WH or
of revenge, retribution, and poetic justice, fate, and travel.
Okay.
he ain't kidding.
He is lawful neutral, which I believe was the same as Sarenrae. So you worship your whore.
That's nice. That's really freaking nice. I'll pop my head in.
How do you spell that?
Hoar.
Ah.
Hair? Can we call
Oh.
her hair? Har.
That's what I
Hard.
thought. Okay.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah, that's off that fine Forgotten Realms wiki. But here's also the beauty of this. You're not in Forgotten Realms, but that's okay. We will we will be happy to use their stuff in Greyhawk.
Cool.
Yes.
Plug her in.
It's a D&D thing. It's cool. We can use their stuff. Not that they're paying us or anything.
Yet.
Nobody's paying us. We're just making fools to ourselves. No one's watching. It's cool.
No, I think there's
Eventually.
there may be a couple
There's
of
4.
people. Yeah, but I think
There's 4 down there.
Say
Yeah.
hi and chat to me.
are two of them you guys?
No, I closed the tab because I didn't know how to mute it in time, and I was like, this is giving me a headache. I hear myself. I hear you 3 times. I can't.
Right.
I'll do a quick break to say hi to Commander Root, Ice Wizards, Lemon Juice 12, and Weenie Rotisserie.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I didn't know you could actually see them.
I can see everything.
All
Yeah.
right, don't scare them off, bro.
That is true. Yeah, he can probably see all of the ones that are in. Because he is the moderator, and it works. Okay, so you were able to easily find both of these temples. They're not actually too far away from each other. So, Apton, you approach the Temple of Cord. It looks as though that there is definite activity going on inside. And you can see that there are acolytes and adherents to that faith inside of the temple itself. What are you looking for here?
I am going to look for the lead cleric.
Okay. Very nice. All right. So you are able to find a person who looks very what you would expect like a high priest or a priest of Cord to look like. He is wearing the type of garments that you are familiar with, and you approach him. He looks down upon you. He's a kind of a mountain of a person. He's a big strapping fella, being that Cord is one of those gods of fighters and barbarians
Muscles.
and things of that nature. And he, in a booming voice, he says, "Welcome to the temple. How may I be of service to you, rat
Hello.
boy?"
I am Cleric Apton, and I wanted to see about making a donation to the temple and making playing some incense maybe or something to appease Cord to watch over us on our travels.
Ah, very good. Yes, we of course will accept your gracious gift, and of course we shall make sure that your desires are taken care of, and hopefully that Cord will smile down upon you and make your muscles bulge so that you may crush your enemies.
Can I do a insight
Initiative.
check? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Insight check to see if he seems like he's being sincere or if he's just kind of being a dick.
You can. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
18.
You got yourself an 18? Well, that's nice. Okay. No, you kind of generally get the idea that no, this is probably him. This is all him. He's just weird like this. You're just kind of looking up going, okay, maybe it's
Rocks.
yeah.
Same, bro.
Rocks for jocks.
Same.
No, you're the voice you were doing. It's hard to tell if it was sincere or not. So I will go ahead and hand out 2 gold coin.
Okay. He accepts it and thanks you very much as he says he reaches behind him, and there is this sort of a it's like a dish, but it has oil in it, sort of a fragrant oil. It's not a it's not like, well, I guess it could
It's
also be,
olive oil
it could
or
be
baby oil?
flammable.
Is it baby oil?
Yeah,
They're lubing up their muscles.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's baby oil, so you can look buff all the time. And he takes your hands and he coats your hands in the oil, and he rubs them in, and you can feel a tingling as he says words and sort of reaching out to Cord. And you can feel that there is a power that is in his hands that you are, you're kind of taken with. You're kind of surprised. It's like, oh wow, okay, yeah, there is power flowing through him as he calls out to Cord, and you feel better about your prospects, and you also have this feeling that if you just went out and started punching like sacks of grain, you would just be able to go right through it, and there's this power that you just feel that's coming through you. You actually almost look down and look at your little mouse muscles and go, holy mackerel, I'm ripped.
Anaerobic steroids.
I've got a boner.
Cordroids.
Cords. Oh my!
Wait, aren't those a pair of
didn't
pants?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just don't run real fast or you'll catch on fire, you know. Yeah, okay. That was weird. All right.
That's a lot of friction, my friend. Lot.
Okay. So, is there anything else you wanted to do here while you're kind of taking in the
I'm gonna ask
the
him the same
cordology?
thing I asked the. I'm gonna ask him the same thing as I asked the two brothers
Ding-dong.
clicking.
Oh,
clack.
and Anton
There you
Reveau.
go. And ask them if they needed anything to be taken while we go on our travels.
He ponders for a moment and says, "It is very nice of you to offer this, but unfortunately, we have no need to send anyone to the north at this time. If we were going to send something, it would probably be one of our acolytes or maybe even a parishioner who was looking for just a cheap travel alternative, but none have stepped forward. But thank you. Thank you
Right.
for offering."
No problem. I'll be on my way. May the power of Cord be with you.
He raises his hand and says, "And also with you." So,
You're not ca-
Really trying to get on the edge of that copy right now. How did you spell the name of the deity that you found?
HOAR.
yeah.
Whore.
Boar. Got it.
Okay. So,
Is there a temple of that lady up in this?
Him.
him.
It's a him.
It's a him. Yeah, you're able to find that temple not too far away from where you are at right now. So,
Okay, with curiosity, I'll ask my comrades if they would like to accompany me towards that church.
Well, he doesn't go against anything I really believe in, so I'm fine with heading over there with you if you would like some company.
Heck yes, brother.
okay, so you walk a couple of more blocks down this pathway, and you are able to locate this. It's a smallish temple that looks to be. It does seem to be busy. There are people coming and going. Some are receiving probably healing or blessings, much like what you saw at the Temple of Cord. As you
nice.
walk in, you can smell a mixture of different types of incense. Wherewith in Cord's temple, it was more of that fragrant oil that was more of a present smell. Here you can actually see it is burning incense, things of that nature.
Very nice. Is there anyone wondering about like a high priest or priestess of the church?
Yeah, you do see a priest who is actually right now presiding over a healing of a person who looks to be afflicted by some sort of disease.
Ooh.
And
I won't interrupt. That's for sure. Can I watch from the side and just do Knowledge Arcana and
sure,
wait till they're done?
Of course you can.
First roll.
Ooh, here we go. You rolled a 9. Nice.
So plus 3, 12.
12. All right.
Oh, I could have clicked on the thing.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Don't forget. No.
My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, what's so nice is that whenever you guys make a roll, I can see it on my laptop. It's like, hey, look at that. I can see stuff.
Can't cheat anymore.
Aww. Can't fudge those rolls anymore, huh? All right, so you spend a little time kind of watching what's going on as your companions sort of look around and see some of the artwork here and on the temple walls and stuff. And you don't really pick up a lot from what's going on. You just kind of know that it is a divine magic that is flowing through this. And as the ceremony kind of continues, or the ritual continues, you can visibly see that the person who is afflicted by this, it looked to be some sort of wasting disease, is actually looking somewhat better. Color has returned to them, where before, when you first walked in, they were pale.
So saving a life.
Yeah.
So I can tell it's very powerful.
That's extremely powerful. Whoever this person is, this priest obviously has been touched by his deity.
All right, I'm scared. Let's go.
I'm out.
I'll wait for the ceremony to wrap up.
Yeah. So it takes probably close to, when you got there, it was probably about the halfway point. So about another 5 minutes you wait when they finally wrap up and the person is helped up and escorted from the temple. And then the priest looks over to, because he sees that you've been waiting, and he says, welcome, and how may I be of help to you, my son?
Hello, my name is Armos. I am very interested in the God of Horror, and the work that I just witnessed you do was amazing. What was that?
Oh, yes, that is the power of horror going through me and into his adherents, cleansing them of all types of disease and woes that they happen to be afflicted by.
Wow. And if you had to sum up your God in one sentence, could you tell me about him?
Well, if you're looking for more information about him, it would probably... I'm sorry?
More on horror?
More on horror? Yeah, then you need to go to moreonhorror.com or .edu.
No, don't go there. Don't go to the website. You four people watching, don't go there.
Credit card not required. Oh, wow.
Credit card not required.
They directly bill my internet company. Sweet.
Super easy.
He says, well, actually, if you must really know, of course, his adherents and things of that nature are not always particularly the do-gooder type. Of course, Hor is known as the Doombringer, and is a vengeful deity of retribution, invoked for those who sought to repay an eye for an eye. So,
wow.
Yes.
Well, I've been on a journey myself and that I've lost someone close to me that I was working under, and they died by a mysterious magic, and I'm very curious to find out. But my end goal is to find out who did it and end their life the way that they did for my alchemy master.
Ah, very, very interesting. And so you were looking for revenge.
Yes, exactly. One eye for an eye, nothing more, nothing less.
Then definitely you are prime for conversion to our faith and principles. Interesting.
Very interesting.
So what is it that I can do for you today?
Well, I would like to start by offering, is it called tithe? When you
Tithing?
give to a church?
Tithing?
Yeah.
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 And he says,
I would like to offer 5 gold pieces here to get started, and where we can...
it's the cover
where
charge to see
Yeah.
the horse.
They're pretty cheap here, but they're mint.
Oh boy.
It's a horrible name.
It is, isn't it? But hey, man. Thank you, Dungeons & Dragons, for giving us horror. Okay.
All right.
Whatever.
But
Maybe
I'm
it's
very
'cause-
curious of, how do I display that this is now the god I want to worship? Through amulet or something as, what do I see them wearing, and what can I do?
Well,
It would be a hand holding a coin. A
Yep.
two-faced coin.
two-faced coin is definitely the symbol. It's a coin with a two-faced head.
Interesting.
Yes,
I'll ask
and primarily
where to
its worshippers are seekers of vengeance, bounty hunters, jailers, and headsmen.
Ooh.
How appropriate.
Yeah. So I'll ask him, whereabout do I find such a coin?
Says, well, if you profess your faith to Hor, I can make sure that you will receive his sign.
Yes, I will. Tell me what I need to do.
Well, of course, once you find your prey and take your vengeance upon him, then you must sacrifice a part of him to Hor.
Okay.
Yes.
What part does horror want?
Bring, if you are, you can do this at any of Hor's temples, but bring the heart of your prey to show that you are serious about your faith.
All right. I can do that.
Thank
you very much.
He reaches into his robe and he produces a small, it's a coin. You can see it's the two-faced coin, and there's a hole at the top of it with a leather, like a leather thong, and he places it around your neck. And he pushes it, he lays his hand on your chest where the amulet or where the holy symbol rests, and he says, "Go, find your prey, seek your vengeance."
Thank you. Did he say his name?
No, he didn't, and he sort of just walks off.
What is your name? Okay.
He's like, "Now bugger off."
Should have started with the names.
Yeah.
Still not good at this charismatic thing.
So
but okay,
charismatic. Yeah, bugger off. That would be great.
Hey, he said Kalima. All right.
Kalima. Yeah.
Do it. Is that Indiana
Okay.
Jones?
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Malaron. Just grabbing people's hearts out. Yeah.
Bruce Lee proved it's doable.
Okay, so being that you've done that, Athena, is there anything you wanted or needed to do whilst you were here?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, well, very good. So you end up taking all of your gear and your things, and you head back to the Vile Lily Inn, where you have rooms. You've had rooms for the past day, and you are paid up, of course, by the diplomatic corps for the other 2 days. So it's not like you have to actually shell out more coin for your lodgings, which is very kind of them to do, being that they've put you in this situation. So you spend the next few days just gathering some things, every once in a while chatting with other patrons, and on the morning that you are to head off to the diplomatic ministries building, an iron gray sky welcomes you as you step from the Vile Lily. The promise of rain hangs like a stone over you, and by the time you make your way to the diplomatic ministries building, the rain is coming down hard. The temperature has taken on an early spring chill, reminding you of the winter that just passed. Outside the ministry's office sits 2 large carts. One has a large tarp thrown over large wooden hoops, a familiar cart for transporting people. The other one is a flat-top cart used primarily for moving goods. 2 large draft horses are connected to each cart. You make your way into the building beside the carts. A warm blast of air from a fireplace in the sitting room knocks the chill from you like a ghost. It fades slowly. Standing in the room is a familiar face. Ambassador Henry Foxcroft talks with the cart drivers and he motions you into the room from the foyer. As the teamsters take their leave, Henry extends his hand in friendship to you. You can see he has luggage waiting for the teamsters to take out to the carts. And he says, "Oh, good morning. Are you ready to make our way north?" He motions for you to the pile and so that you may take your backpacks and luggage and put it near his. He waits for the answer.
Most
Go with
definitely.
us.
And he continues, "As soon as the teamsters get us loaded, we will be on our way. We need to get an early start and make good time. Our scouts have reported that the rain abates to the west. Do you have any questions?"
Nope.
No.
"Once we get to the carts, I will fill you in on all the information in the itinerary." Said, "You're very fortunate to be a part of this illustrious enterprise. I believe this is one of those situations that will definitely you'll make a name for yourself by participating." So the teamsters finish loading your gear, and as you leave, you're given a wineskin filled with a warm apple liqueur. You are helped into the large hoop wagon. The teamsters swing up onto the driver's benches, and the carts start bouncing down the cobblestone streets of Greyhawk. Henry is sitting across from you all, and you all are making yourself comfortable in the covered wagon. As you pass shops and the people of Greyhawk without notice, every once in a while you see elven and dwarven faces in the rain as columns of soldiers march past. And soon you cross into the countryside to the west, the city growing faint in the driving rain. Henry looks over to you and says, "Well, shall I fill you in on the itinerary?"
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. He says, he breaks out a map and he brings it to you and says, "Well, here we are right here in Greyhawk, of course." And he said, "We are going to take the river road and we are going to go through Nearmarsh. Once we get to Ford Keep, we're going to leave and enter the western road here, taking us all the way to Eastgard and then finally to the free city of Divers. From here, we're actually getting on a ship." So from there, we will be taking we will actually board the Chaste Maiden, that's the name of the ship, and make our way to Critwall in Furiondi. And he takes you up the coast here.
It's a long time on a boat.
It is a long time indeed. And finally you get to Critwall here. From there, we will once again pick up our carts and we will head to Barduk. As you can see, though, that is getting very, very, very close to some interesting people. The Horn Society are not particularly known to be very friendly towards us. So from Barduk, we are going to take our road to Terlesian, head into the Crystal Reach, to Moat Shield, and then finally making our way to Chindle itself. From Chindle, actually we're going to be a week in Chindle. We are actually going to be there for that amount of time because we are expected to have an audience with the King of Furiandi, actually. So from there, once we get done, we will head out along the Royal Highway until we get here. From here, this is where we split off on our way to Ironstead, which is the last city in Furiandi on our trail. And then we will find ourselves in Emerald, which is in the Vespi Forest. From Emerald, we will head to Tal Aska. From Tal Aska, though, we are going to, if I remember right, I think we leave... No, actually, he looks at his papers and he says, it looks like we're going to actually be... Oh, no, that is true. From Emerald, we will head north to Tal Aska, and there we shall leave our teamsters and continue on horseback to the Gilded Hand in the Gnome Hills. So we're going, skirting the Vespi Forest and the mountains to Gilded Hand. From here, we will meet with an elven ranger named Alino Silvermoon, who will take us to the border of the Velvet Empire, which is here. Now, mind you, there's not a lot of roads here from the Gnome Hills to the Velvet Empire. As a matter of fact, you don't see any at all, do you? We're going to be taking trails. A lot of them hunting trails. Some of them may even be wild animal trails. It's going to get dangerous. But at least we will be mounted. It's not like we're going to be on foot, and that's good. And our guide will take us to the border. Now, once we're at the border of the Velvet Empire, we're on our own. Alino is not going with us. From there, we are looking to go to Afiovidora's lair. Now, you may not know that much about her, but the Velvet Queen is actually sort of a part dragon creature. We seek her. We seek information from her, and we also bring gifts to her as well. That is what we're doing. Says, you have any questions?
No. Sounds like fair travel to me.
Mm-hmm. He says,
I'll ask him how old is the lady in a funny, charismatic way. Like, do I have a shot with her?
He kind of thinks about it and says, I couldn't even tell you. It's interesting at least. I don't know that much about her. I've never actually met her. But I do know that she is, well, she's probably quite old, but I don't think you would be able to tell by looking at her what her age is. Says,
what was her name?
It is Ophioverdurara. Yeah, Ophioverdurara. It's a really long name.
It is. Ofo. I'll call her
Ofo.
Ophelia.
Ofo,
So
my baby.
the gifts are in the other cart?
Yes.
If you steal the gifts, so help me God.
No, I'm not, but I'm thinking, because at some point
Stay
we're
away
going to
from
be
the cart.
leaving the carts. Are the horses going to be able to carry us and all the gifts as well?
Yes, they're not extremely large gifts, and some of the things that are in the cart are not going to those folks, and this is other things that are being dropped off in places like Chendal and Critwall, and it's so it's not as though you
Supply
all
run.
are. Yeah, it's not like a supply run. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a supply run, but you guys are kind of tagging along.
By the time
Yeah.
we drop the carts, we'll have
We're-
enough room to.
So we're the
yeah.
muscle. Got it.
Henry says, our trip takes many weeks to make. Our horses can only travel about 24 miles a day, so we're looking at a 46-day journey. That is with the lake journey and the week in Chendal.
What'd you say the name of the boat was?
It is the Chaste Mermaid.
Very cool name.
Mm-hmm.
She
One of my other favorite boat names is the Randy Dolphin. I may use that later. The Randy Dolphin.
Well, I've spent many a time at sea, and I've never met a chaste mermaid.
Nope, they're usually the ones to lure you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but they lure you, but do they actually have, like, relations with you? Don't they just bash your head against the rocks and just eat your skull or something?
A pirate never
You'll-
tells.
A pirate never tells.
A pirate don't tell when he dead.
Said, well, once the carts leave the cobblestones of the city, the trip seems to ease up a little bit. The well-kept roads of Greyhawk take you further to the west. Throughout the day, you pass tradespersons, soldiers, and highway patrols. Occasionally, a train of brightly painted gypsy vardos pass. Those are those carts that they have that they live in. The sky is cleared and the sun has started to heat the world. By noon, you find yourself playing dice and card games while Henry briefs you on the mission. Henry says, once we make it to Chendal, we will gain an audience with King Belvoir IV. There, we will be delivering a gift from the Lord Mayor, a continuing tribute to Furiandi for their support for the war effort. Afterwards, we'll leave for the Velvet Empire to meet with Her Serene Majesty, Ophia Vergara. There are, of course, some major concerns. One is the Uz army. The other is the Vegviar horde. To be captured by the Uz is a good way to disappear forever. While captured by the Vegviar may lead to death, or at least, at best, slavery. Hopefully we can gain some insight from the Velvet Queen on how best to approach the Vegviar. She has been able to maintain a certain amount of neutrality with the barbarians. So,
Fun.
Do you know what it is we're dropping off in, my brain's not working. Cat.
in Chendal?
What?
To the
Chendal, there we go.
to the
Thank you.
king?
Yes.
Actually, he says yes. We the cart ahead of us, because the cart that is in front of you all in your travel is the goods cart. Holds some very precious food stores that the king particularly enjoys, and it is hard for them to get in Furiandi.
Now, is there anything about this king we should know about? Since we will be standing before his presence, we might not want to be...
Completely understand. Yes. He brings up a little bit of information for you.
Long trip to end up dead at the hands of a king.
Yeah,
Just because he doesn't like red.
because he doesn't like
you're dead.
red.
Who didn't tell him that I don't like red? Off!
Up with their head.
Off with his head.
Yeah.
I don't like red.
Right. You don't like
My
red.
motto, people. How do you not know this? Don't throw off my groove.
Okay, so Henry fills you in with this information. He says the Kingdom of Furiandi is a hereditary feudal monarchy. The power of the kingship is limited, of course, by the noble council. The nation's capital, of course, is Chendal. Furiandi's chief of staff is, of course, King Belvoir IV, who has ruled since 537 CY. His only son and heir, Prince Thrommel, was lost and declared dead in 592 CY. Since then, he has produced no other heirs. He himself is, as far as knowledge of him, he is a good and a good ruler. He's not an unkind or oppressive monarch. But yes, I would definitely say that with the loss of his son, there is a sense of sadness that hangs upon the throne. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Do they know what happened to his son, other than he just vanished?
Henry just says, I've never really been filled in on the information. I'm sure we could find out more once we actually arrive there.
And how long ago was it that he disappeared?
And let's see, he says, well, of course, today is the second star day in the month of Reading in the year 576. So, let's do the math.
I'll get the abacus.
Yeah, break out your abacuses, boys and girls. Because, okay, so it's 576. His son was lost and declared dead, and I wonder what's going on with that. Oh, okay. So, okay, we have to rethink this because it can't be 576 because his son would still be around if that was the case. He's fine. Everybody's fine. No.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. That kid gets whacked. No. Okay. So actually it's only been 2 years ago. So it is no longer 576. It is now... It is now 595 CY. Current year. 595.
Oh, my aching bones. I feel like I've aged 30 years.
Quickly fix that.
You'd be dust.
Dang it.
Mouse life expectancy 25 years.
Yeah, what is your life expectancy for a mouse folk?
I think it's like 30.
30? Wow. Yikes.
I might be
You
wrong.
guessed it.
Wow, that's pretty good, I suppose. Okay.
I suppose.
I guess. Okay. So.
Well, he said that the Ooze army makes you disappear, so.
Well, that you'd probably never ever be heard from ever again.
Right.
So you definitely don't want it.
Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll just magically show up on the road. Wouldn't that be a gift?
So here's my prediction. He fell in love with the princess of the Ooze army, and that's where he is.
I don't see that ever actually being possible, but you never know. I guess weirder things have happened.
That's what happens in the movies.
Oh.
Well, not even movies. That's the classic Romeo and Juliet.
Ah.
Forbidden love, am I not?
Yeah,
No.
I suppose.
I know some things with some magnitude of knowledge occasionally.
Okay. Well, you never know. I guess it could happen. Okay.
Hey, shot in the dark. At least I got to guess.
Right.
Let's do this. Cool.
Okay.
That was like a really long journey, and yeah, that map was like super freaking helpful. Because otherwise, I would just be like, across the water.
Thanks to Anna B. Mayer for her maps.
Boom.
Yeah. As you
Plug
can
'em
see, you have kind of a little bit of a trek here. No doubt.
Yeah. When you zoomed in on it, I was thinking it was like the UK. Like that's the what strait is that called?
Oh,
That body of water.
You were thinking what, like the English Channel or something?
Yeah, I think.
Or are you thinking of like the Irish Sea or something, which is on the other side?
No, they crossed the body of water to go from Denmark to
Oh, you mean from France to Britain? Like Dover to Calais? I think that's
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah, from Dover to Calais. Yeah.
The Battle of
Trust me, I've never
was
been
that
to
movie?
I've never been to Britain, so I'm not really too sure if I did this right. So in the future, if there are British people watching this, I'm sorry.
We're sorry. We're
We're so
American.
sorry. We're
We don't
yes.
even know our 50 states.
We're
please.
Americans. No, speak for yourself.
Oh, okay. You know the song?
I'm a Generation Xer, man. I know all that shit.
You're
My sister
around when
knows
this
the song.
founded.
What? Damn.
I helped come up with the name Florida
Yeah,
when the Spanish took over it back then.
when the Spanish had it, and then the French took it, then the Spanish had it again, and then the English took it, and then the Americans had it, and then the Confederates took it, and then the Americans took it back.
Telling you, he was there.
Bought a little from the French.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My geekiness goes so much further than just Dungeons and Dragons.
So much.
The history.
That's why
so
you're
much.
the Lord and Savior.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, alrighty. So we are heading right along, and this is going to be our first actual encounter roll of the night to see what happens along your path of one of your first. We'll see how we can actually get this to do. I hope I do it correctly because
Don't you
I
ribbit?
am not too sure. And I need to figure out what the dice are to... Yeah, I need a custom roll, but I need...
You know that Pokemon, that's a frog? Krogan? Krogan? Krogan.
I'm not familiar, but...
I think he's generation, he's like generation 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
He seems like unintimidating, and then he just beats their ass. It's like, whoa, like Snorlax,
Right.
except frog form.
Frog form.
Krogum.
Great. Okay, let me see if I can get this thing to work right, because I'm still kind of new to those people who are just joining us or who are in the chat. We have been playing with D&D Beyond, which is an extension that adds to our Twitch, and we are learning day in and day out more things about how this thing works. And I am sitting here banging on keys looking for things, and hopefully I will be able to get to the dice roller that I want to use, but I do not know.
When you stop learning, you stop living.
There
Churning?
you go. There
Huh?
you go.
When you stop learning, you stop learning.
That's true.
Stop learning,
you stop
churning.
learning. Okay, so
Can I
let
get a big
us
brain?
do a I just need to do a random D10 here real quick, and we'll see what we get. Unfortunately, I cannot figure out why I can't do it, but that's okay. Oh, cool. Let's see what we got. I rolled a 7, so let's see what that actually means on our... Oh, wow. Well, isn't this just exciting? As you are traveling down the road, it's about midday, and you were able to pass. Let me show you on the map where we have passed. There's Fury on it.
Did we pass gas yet? Ha 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 ha.
Why are you? Why? So we are actually right around in this area.
It's always near the rivers.
Between the rivers. When you hear sort of a commotion coming from the front cart, as you sort of peer past the two drivers of your cart, you see that there's something going on that is slowing down the procession. And you're like, hey, what is happening here?
Perception is still its own skill, right? Oops.
Yes.
All right.
I believe it is.
Let's
It
click
is.
the thing. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Well, it rolled a B. I guess B. What is
It's probably
Beyond?
20.
You rolled a
It
B.
is 20. I rolled a B. It's B for Beyond. D&D Beyond. That's weird. I don't like it. But it says 20. So
Okay. So yeah, from your vantage point where you're looking, you can see that there are 3 men standing along the road, 2 with bows and the other one with a sword, and you can hear them. You hear one of them who looks to be kind of the leader of the other two, and stating in a loud, booming voice, "Stand and deliver."
Can
I
I
will.
do a history check to see what he's saying?
Okay, well, you kind of you're not familiar with these types of people, but stand and deliver is usually the challenge given by bandits who are robbing passerbyers.
Okay, I would probably be intelligent enough.
Pizza.
Well, my character would. I'm not.
I'm going to go ahead and hop down off the horse or the buggy. I'm assuming we're on the buggy, and kind of mosey forward and kind of yell, "What seems to be the issue here, sirs?"
And as you do that, one of them looks over, the one with one of the bows looks over and lets fly with his arrow.
How far away are we?
You're only about 2 carts away from the location, so 2 cart lengths, because you came around the back of your cart and you're kind of looking. So I am going to say, let's see, the length of horses, which is what, about
The length of a horse
about
plus
like
the length
6
of a cart divided by
No,
pi.
we're not doing that. Divided by
Multiply
pi.
by-
What the hell is that about?
It's a secular horse.
Okay. They're
They're all
ponies. No, they're not
squares.
ponies. No, because they're draft horses, so they're really kind of big. So let's say that a cart would probably be, well, especially one of those passenger carts would be probably about 8 feet long, and the horses would be probably 5 or 6 feet long. But they're standing at the head of the other cart, which is a smaller cart, which is only 6 foot, and the horses are again 5. So that's 11, 19,
Did my perception
23.
reveal anyone
Like 23,
besides the?
probably like 23, between 23 and 25 feet away.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Did my perception reveal anyone else besides the obvious people in front of us? You said 3.
Those are the only 3 that you see.
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
use anything to check for more?
No.
You can try rolling a perception if you want, but he did roll a natural 20, which is on the highest roll you can get.
Oh,
It's on the
Right.
high end. It's just 100% of 100%. But yeah, that's metagaming. So just know that I tell you these are the only 3 guys.
Right. So
3. There's 3.
So they roll initiative, but they got
Seems
the
weird.
first shot off. So
It's their surprise round because he wanted to be.
hi everybody.
Well, that's surprising because we're aware of the situation.
Right. but
Yeah,
the surprise is that-
there is no surprise round. It was mostly just he
He was trying to defuse it, and
Right.
it didn't work.
and it didn't work
It
out.
doesn't work.
So make sure to roll your initiatives if you know how to do
Look,
that.
I can see what he rolled.
I think I rolled.
It disappears, but
Holy cow.
okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll just.
Okay. Alrighty. So actually, Apton, being that you rolled higher than the bandit who was shooting at you, you actually will be able to move or do something before that arrow gets to you. But Athena, you have top initiative.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
So you can either run in an attack or you can hold your turn.
There's an arrow flying in midair. Catch it. Snatch the bitch. Throw it back.
Real quick.
My monk could.
Real quick.
I don't know if I could catch an arrow, but
No.
Yeah, I don't think you have that skill.
I don't know if it exists.
Before we get started, though, let me know what your all's hit points are. Athena, what you got?
hit points 12.
12. Okay, cool. Good.
Mine's the same as my initiative, 7.
Okay.
I have 9.
9. Okay.
Please don't let them touch me.
Please don't let them touch you.
This is my formal request.
Don't let the bad man touch me.
Okay.
Can I just like start running and attacking and go crazy?
Yeah, actually
6
you
seconds.
could. Let's see, you could charge up and make one attack from your current location.
Okay. Is it?
In-
You said this is midday too, right?
Yes. So the sun is high in the sky.
So we can clearly see everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's high noon.
Nah. Can I mage hand rip someone's testicles off? Are we against that or what?
Yeah, mage hand rip somebody's testicles off.
What about pulling out their eye?
Yeah, we've done that.
10 pounds of pressure, just reach in and
Pop that bad boy out.
lefty or righty? What? I said lefty or righty.
You're asking them what they choose. That's nice.
Yeah. Left pulls out the right. Bitch. Don't be stupid.
Right.
I also have a crossbow though. Would I be able to shoot a crossbow arrow from where I'm at?
Yes, you could. There's nothing wrong with that.
Does the quick draw and everything exist in this universe?
No, they changed it
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, they did change it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Let's see how good I am with the crossbow.
okay. Go right ahead.
That one?
Damage, so the one to the left of it, the one that says -3, I think.
That's a +3.
That's a mama lion.
Holy mackerel. Yeah,
Okay.
that is definitely going to
Is
hit.
that a crit?
Did I hit him?
Yeah. Yes, you
So now
did.
do I, now
You
do I
hit
the
him.
damage one to see how much it hit him?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Probably. Uh-huh.
2.
That sucks. So I hit him.
Yep. You did hit him.
Confused. But is that not a crit? What's the crit range on a crossbow? Oh no, never mind. That was plus. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So very good. You did good. Alrighty. So
Yay,
next
I hit
is
first.
Cleric Acton. You can choose to dodge out of the way of the arrow, or you can act in some other way, shape, or form. But he shot it at you, but I have not rolled for him to see if he actually hit you.
Hmm. I will go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt at the one who shot the arrow at me.
Okay. Very good. So
Is that magic missile?
10 on.
guided bolt. Is that? Do you have any pluses with that or anything, or does that not? Because it's yeah, it's just a what is it? Isn't it range touch attack?
Casting time, range, area, component, duration. Flashlight, make a ranged spell attack against
spell
the
attack.
target.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, you missed.
Aw.
Oh.
I hit the target.
Okay. So the one that actually hit you is going to. We're going to see if his light crossbow.
hits.
Well, it was actually a crossbow. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if he actually hits.
15 on the armor class.
And that was a 21 to hit.
He hits.
He hits. And he does 7 points of damage.
Mother dick.
Piercing damage.
This is what. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So make sure
Shit's
to
getting real.
update
Time to
your...
make a new character.
Me, brother.
Okay, the bandit with the sword attacks. Hold on, let me get that guy. Come on! Oh, there we go. The bandit with the sword advances on the teamsters in the first cart. So you kind of lose sight of him, Apton, and you also lose sight of him, Athena. The third one, the other one with the crossbow, is starting to move around to the left side of the carts. So if you're like facing the enemy this way, he's coming around the left side. So, and you also lose sight of him as he starts to make his way to your all's cart. Okay, so Armos, what are you up to?
Why'd we lose sight of them? Are they going into bushes or something?
No. They're moving
they're
around
just
the other
going
side of the
to-
carts.
Oh,
And
okay.
being that the cart that you all are in has that big tarp, it's like a Conestoga wagon from like the Oregon Trail sort of stuff. It's easy to kind of lose people behind the tarp.
Okay.
But you have at least sight on the guy who shot at Apton, who is right now not lying on the ground, but he is not looking. He's not looking as spry as he was before.
I will give him a shot, but I want to move, and it's hard because I can't see sort of the encounter like that's going on. But obviously, I don't want to get hit. So,
Well, if you, from your vantage point where you were at, who was behind the teamsters on your cart, you can actually see the one who shot Apton and the man with the sword.
Okay.
But you've kind of lost track of the other guy.
Okay. I'm gonna give a shot at the guy with the sword. He hasn't. He basically did a full round for movement.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll see how he likes fire.
Okay. So
14 to hit.
firebolt to hit. That will definitely hit.
All right.
So
well,
are you hitting the one that struck out at Apton?
He took an actual swing.
No, you shot
The
him.
one that
Yeah.
shot him.
The one that shot
No.
him. Who
No,
are you?
I'm going
Who,
for the swordsman.
oh, swordsman. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
And what's the damage?
5.
5. Nice.
Yes.
Very good.
And it is hot.
Cool. Okay.
Unfortunately, it doesn't catch
Alrighty.
fire.
So
That sucks.
we are back up to round 2. And we are back up to Athena. What are you up to?
Which one can I see?
You can see the one who shot Apton, and you can see the swordsman. But you have a feeling that the other crossbowman, is going to end up coming around the back side of your cart and outflank you.
Could I turn around and throw my dagger at him?
He hasn't made his way yet, but he will probably make it be there this turn. He'll probably turn around the back side of that wagon. So you can hold your turn if you want in preparation, or you can go ahead and take the shot and do something else. What would you like to do?
I can't run around to the other side and
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you want to kind of meet him halfway, sure, please do. You may do so. Yeah, you can take your movement round and then take your action.
Okay, so is he within 20 feet?
Yes. Oh, yeah, he'll definitely be within
good.
20 feet.
Because I can throw my dagger 20 feet.
Cool. All right. If you want to give that a go. Yes, you come around the other side of the cart and catch him about halfway. You definitely nail the snot right out of him. And damn, she's like killing it over here. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Christ.
9 damage. Holy jeez.
Yeah.
Dang. Dude.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so
Rub some of that
so
freaking
all you hear is a and you hear this guy cry out. You hear one of the bandits cry out, and he actually he fall. Athena, you see him fall to the ground, clutching his chest with your dagger sticking like all the way out from the hilt, and he is not looking good at all. You actually dropped him, but he is not dead. All right, Apton.
He's not coming at me anymore, though.
Oh no, he's not. He is on the ground. So, Apton, what are you up to?
Well, since it is in my religious beliefs not to be a coward,
I just want to take this time to say there's no need for violence. So fuck all you. Y'all started this shit.
I'm gonna go ahead and try it again.
Okay.
And hope Cord blesses my hands.
Okay. You're shooting at the one who shot at you?
Yep.
Okay. Good deal.
15.
That will hit.
Woo! Thank God.
Hit it, bro. Max the damage.
10.
10. Oh my. Awesome. That is great. So, yes, your guided bolt flies out, hitting its mark and dropping him in his tracks. He appears to be dead.
Appears.
To be dead.
The part of the spell is the next attack roll made against him, if he's not dead, gets advantage.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'll go ahead and tell you he's dead. He didn't make it.
Well, I need my teabag to be guided there, so
Potato chip.
that's what we're doing now.
Yes, you're
Guide these nuts into his mouth.
being that your god is now the god of retribution and eye for an eye. It's teabag for an eye or whatever. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, so the other bandit.
I got it.
The other bandit is actually in a sword fight with the Teamsters. And so he is. So right now, the only persons who can actually see him is Apton can see him, and Armos can see him.
Yes.
Yeah, Athena would have to make a move to get to him, but that would be the next round for her. Nice. Okay, so the other bandit is on the ground. The one with the dagger sticking out of his chest is trying to crawl away. Armos, you are unable to see him from your vantage point, but you can see the swordsman. So, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna do another firebolt.
Okay.
Give it an old college try.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Ouch. Yes.
I hit him.
Guy's got some crazy numbers.
Hey, watch this damage roll though.
Okay.
Average. Hey, I'm not complaining. That's
Average.
right in the middle.
I like it.
Average.
Average.
I like
Actually, he falls to the ground and is in so much pain that it looks as though he may be on death's doorstep. And the Teamsters are now kind of on him. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And all right. Very good. So we are now on turn 3. Athena, what are you doing? You can now you can now either render aid to the bandit that you stuck the blade in, or you could not render aid and finish him.
Why would I render aid?
Because you have AIDS.
Oh, Jeez.
You have AIDS, you render aid. It's
Well,
that easy.
I mean, you got to kind of think. Let's see. As far as, would you consider yourself a merciful person or not particularly?
He was coming after me.
Okay, so I guess you're not.
I follow no god.
Okay, so what would you like
Actually,
to
I
do?
was gonna walk up to him and like
Get
take
your
the dagger
dagger?
and stab him again.
Okay. Okay.
Finish
See
it,
that
I
I've
mean.
injured you. Hold still for a second. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay,
Well,
so
I mean, he's crawling away. He's not really putting on much of a fight at this point.
no,
Yeah,
he's
stare me in
actually
the eyes
he's
when I do it
actually
this time.
trying to stare him in the eyes when you do it.
Look into my sight.
Damn, that's hard. Okay,
You don't give a
that's
fuck.
that's beautiful. Okay,
I like it.
yeah.
I told you, animals, man. Animals.
I didn't attack him first, though. I mean, like,
That is true.
they
Yeah.
decided that they were going to attack us, so
Okay.
I'm defending my...
Well, okay, being that he is such low of health, all you really have to do is tell me how you are going to do this. What are you going to do?
Oh god.
Can I kind of, like, grab the dagger and just wiggle it around as I pull it out?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, you can twist that bad boy coming out. Yeah, do what you want. That'll definitely do enough damage to finish him. Yes.
Are you a treasure chest? Because I got the key right here. Put
Jeez.
this. Oh, no. Hold still.
Hold still.
Do I need to roll damage for that?
No, you're fine. He only had two. He had 2 hit points left. It wasn't like it was like,
See, that way I can get my dagger back and, like, wipe it off on the ground and
Right.
get ready for the next one.
No.
Right.
While he's alive, wipe it off on his shirt,
Oh,
spit in
yeah!
his face, and then kick him off the road.
Well, I won't
Roll
spit
him
his
in.
face, but I can use his shirt, though, to wipe it off.
Roll him into a ditch.
Hog a loogie into his eyeball.
I'm a woman. I don't hawk lookies.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Apton, what are you doing? You can now actually make your way, Apton, if you wish, to the front of the caravan.
I will. Now, what are the
Teamsters?
Teamsters doing with the other guy?
They are holding him at sword point, waiting for orders from you all.
I will go forward and say, bind him and put him in the cart.
Okay,
We
so
shall bring him as a gift as well.
Oh, he's the merciful one.
Who are we giving this guy to?
That king person we're meeting up with.
wow, you guys are
Why
gonna
does he want
you guys are gonna drag this guy all the way up to Furiondi?
What?
Well,
Well-
is there another gift to give before then? I thought...
Well, I mean, of course you could always just turn him over to the authorities once you get to the next town, but you guys are going to
That's
like
what I was
drag this
thinking.
guy like 30
No.
30
I was
days down the
thinking
road.
You know your friends and family? Not anymore, you don't. No, I was figuring the next town we could pass them off and maybe they could get information as to what's going on in the local area and be able to,
Might even get a reward for turning in such a dangerous a dangerous person.
swiggity swooty, give me the booty.
Well,
Okay,
if
so
if he decides that
he-
it's
yeah,
we're keeping this guy alive, then I will go up to him and do an intimidate on him. And
well,
I'm going to ask him his name.
well, right now he
first.
is hovering in and out of consciousness, so you're not going to get much out of him.
So I can't slap him awake.
Well, I mean, you could sit there and slap him all day, I guess, if you want, but
I'll-
Just
not.
knock him out more.
I'll go ahead and touch him and use Spare the Dying.
Okay,
You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, the creature becomes stable. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
okay, fine. All right, yeah, he's able to. He comes to enough that you're able to converse with him. As the Teamsters tie him up, tie him up, and put him in the back of the cart.
All right. Well, I'll bitch slap him, and let's see what this intimidation roll is.
Okay.
All right. Not bad.
Jeez.
Roll a 20. All right, so I'll slap him in the face and I'll say, "Be glad that he's sparing your life. I wouldn't have," and make something of it.
He's like, that guy's like, we're sorry, you know, just let me go. You know, I'm trying to feed a family here. I didn't realize, you know, who I was attacking. I mean, you know, and you can see he's suffering, but he's definitely not dying now.
Okay. Well, you can repent to the courts and do your time for what you've done here.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, just make this pain go away, sir. I'm sorry, I really am.
I've heard you, but prove it to me, and use this life that he has spared.
He's like, yeah, I'll try. It's just so hard to change your stars, sir. It's so hard.
I'll slap him in the face and say, "You will change your life." I don't give a shit.
You hit him and he just sort of kind of rocks back a little bit like, I will, just don't hit me anymore. Please spare me.
Put him away.
Okay, so they wrap him up and put him in the back of the cart.
The dead bodies, I'll do my best to try and pull them off the road.
Okay.
And also check them for any sort of, you know, loot or information they might be having.
Did you heal yourself or take a potion or something?
I'm just gonna
Are you
tough
okay? You're just gonna. Okay, that's cool. All right, nice. Y'all had some pretty good rolls.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Tis but a
Even
scratch.
Intimidation. I'm glad I didn't flop on my face. Like, listen here, you little shit, fall on my face.
That would have been hilarious.
Just.
Alrighty. Well.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we can check the bodies for like
Loot?
money and.
Sure. Yeah, you can see these guys really did not have much on them. Between the three, you find about 50 silver pieces. Looks like they probably hit a couple of other people on the way, but pickings were kind of slim. They would have got away with a lot if they had been able to defeat you, but it looks like this is a group of novice bandits. These are not the hardened type of criminals that you may have, where there may have been ambushers waiting, you know, behind trees and things of that nature. So you count your blessings on that account. But other than
Do they
that,
have any weapons or armor worth selling at the next town?
mostly it was leather armor, and it was it was an okay condition. You could see that a lot of it were furs and hide armor. They did have one did have a long sword. That was the swordsman that you threw in the back of the cart. The other two had daggers on them and their crossbows. Just standard.
Okay.
So you were able to pick out those two crossbows and were able to get another 10 bolts.
Ooh.
So that's pretty good. All right.
I'll let her have those.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So we survived our first encounter. Pretty neat.
Woo! Freaking got him.
How many
All right.
daggers did they have?
What was it again?
How many daggers did they have?
2. Yeah.
So then I can make 3 dagger throws before having to collect my dagger next time.
That's right.
Is that something your character's proficient at? Or
Apparently.
Shane's over there like, I built a melee character, guys.
I don't,
What the fuck is
I'm
going
not sure.
on? What
Well,
the
you
fuck
saw
is
my
going
rolls, right?
That's
I
pretty
hit
funny.
the thing.
What do you have, +7 on your throwing daggers or something? I think it was...
Yeah, I have +7 to throw it, and then
What?
Wow.
damage is 1d4 plus 5.
Holy
So-
mackerel.
Does it just use your strength as the bonus for throwing daggers?
I don't know.
God, dude.
It's my first time playing this. How am I supposed to know?
Does it say
we may have to
strength
look
or
at
something?
we may have to look at it. I don't know what
That's-
happened, but I'm pretty
That was
sure.
crazy.
I'm pretty sure that it's probably fine. I
I
don't
could
know.
use a great sword or a maul too, but the daggers were far away, so I figured,
Yeah, it was
throw
range,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
So-
ladies and gentlemen, I believe that this is probably a good place to end for the evening.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
I've got to skedaddle.
Yeah. So what'd you guys think? We got it all set? Everything
It's
looks
frickin'
like
awesome.
There's a
True
few things
first
we got to
blood.
figure out, but yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, of course. Well,
The
Killed my
Still there.
first D&D enemy.
that's right.
Yeah.
You took out your
Yeah.
first D&D foe. That is
Like a
great.
champion, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Alrighty, so to our viewers, thank you all very much for being here this evening. I am your Dungeon Master, Brian Anderson, and I am joined here by my friends. You guys want to say bye and tell them who you are or whatever?
I'm Shane.
Bye!
Wait, here it is. I'm
Have
Ricky.
a
It's here.
wonderful night.
Yeah. So we will be back on next Sunday at the same time, as long as everybody
Doesn't die.
everybody show. Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Nice way to end that on a high
Yeah,
note.
yeah,
Thank-
my job
once again,
2021, I forgot.
once
It's
again,
alright.
once
Be a
again,
little
Shane's like going,
optimistic.
well, unless all of us die in a horrible, it's like, oh God.
I'm looking at the dagger. I have +4 and -1 strength. So, yeah, we're going to have to look at that because. No.
Or I'm going to have to start bumping up the encounters to be like just terrible monsters just tearing
you should
apart.
Probably wait on that because I'm at 2 out of 9 hit points. You know.
Yeah, because the dagger has 5-foot reach if you use it as melee, but 20-foot to 60-foot range.
Yeah.
So, we'll look at it.
But I'm a fighter. I'm supposed to be good at that.
We can figure this all out before the next session,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so nobody gets held up.
that's right. Everybody will be fine.
Thank you again to all the users who are hanging out watching. And feel free to check us out on Reddit,
Oh,
Facebook,
that's right.
Twitch. And you can message us and ask us questions
All
or
the
anything
things.
you want out of... Yeah.
That is right. Yeah, because if you go to our Twitch channel, it has all of our social media links there. So make sure to drop by and become fans there as well. Give us a shout out every once in a while. We are also looking for ideas for magic items. So if you have an idea for a magic item that we can, or I can give this motley crew of murder hobos, you give us a little bit of idea what you would like to see. Also, those people who feel inclined to donate, if you do donate, you will get to name an NPC, a reoccurring NPC in the campaign. So, if it